when is the best time to write down your goals? So ideally, I think around New Year's is the best time to write down goals. There's just this unique momentum kind of going on with the whole world for writing down goals. And I know that a lot of successful people take that week before Christmas and New Year's to write down their goals. Kind of the whole world is on vacation. Hopefully you're on vacation. I know that Michael Hyatt does this, Rachel Hollis, my husband and I, this is what we do. We take that week and we set aside time sometime during that week. Maybe it's every night, or this last year my husband and I got a babysitter and we went away for 5 hours and we worked on it. Whatever, it doesn't have to be that intense. But ideally, I think that's a great time to do it. But hey, now there's never a better time than now to take action. So today, when you're watching this, you're going to go and download the homework and write down your goals today. And then in future years, I just encourage you to put it on the calendar to do it sometime in that week between Christmas and New Year's. So let's talk about the time frame for your goals. For level 1, for just the basic thing that I'd love for you to do today, the time frame is going to be 1-year goals. And then level 2, you can look at doing 1-year goals, 5-year goals, and 5-year plus goals. So one of my business partners, she has her MBA, and she walked us through this 1-year, 5-year, 5-year plus exercise with our business. And I just found it super helpful because it's a way to kind of look at things down the road, not get overwhelmed with it, but just sort of keep track of it. And it triggers a lot of great conversations, I think, in your own mind. And if you have a partner, you can discuss those things with your partner, those long-term dreams and goals. But like I said, that's level 2. So if that's overwhelming, don't worry about that. I'm just letting you know that's another way that you can do it, is to do 1-year, 5-year, 5-year plus. Today, at a minimum, you want to do those 1-year goals. And then I'm going to mention, we talked about this earlier, but you can have your goals in 4 different categories. So I like to divide my goals into 4 categories: emotional, relational, spiritual, physical, financial, vocational. But you do not have to do that. And sometimes I don't always have a goal in every category, but I had a mentor in college who used to say life is like it has 4 wheels on a car, and those are those 4 wheels. And if you get a popped tire on one of those wheels, your whole car is going to go off the road. So you do want to keep an eye on each of those 4 categories and make sure that you are healthy, thriving, prospering in each of those categories. All right, so let's get down to it. How do you actually write goals? I'm going to teach you today an acronym called SMARTER. And this is actually, I'm going to teach you SMARTER, but this is actually level 2. So if this is too complicated for you, level 1 is going to be what's called SET. It's a simplified version of SMARTER. So SMARTER is this acronym, and the S stands for specific. So your goals should be very specific. They shouldn't be broad. As specific as you can get, the better. They should be measurable. So it should be something that you can measure in some way. They should be actionable, meaning it should begin with a verb. So one goal, often people have goals about getting rid of debt. I will pay off X amount of debt. But the more exciting the verb, the better. So we had a goal last year to eradicate debt on a van that we had bought. So the more exciting the verb, the better. Okay, risky. It should be somewhat risky. This should be hard, and there should be some level of risk involved in your goal. It should be time keyed, meaning that there should be a specific deadline, so there should be a specific deadline. And then if this is a 1-year goal, I would encourage you to put that deadline, divide the year into quarters, and have no more than 3 goals per quarter, if that makes sense. So for example, if you have 10 goals for the year, you don't want all 10 goals deadlines to be December 31st at the end of the year, right? That would be very stressful. Exciting. You should be excited about your goal. If you are not excited about the goal, do not put it down. It is not a dream or goal. Sometimes I've struggled with, in different jobs that I've had, different businesses that I've had projects that I've had to do that year, but that is not really a dream or goal because I wasn't excited about them. Those were just obligations that I had to do. This should be exciting to you and your spirit. You should be excited. Write it down. If you're not, don't write it down. And then it should be relevant. And what that means is that it should be relevant to the season that you're in. So a lot of you in here are moms in this challenge, so it should be relevant to the season that you're in. So maybe you just had your 5th baby and it would not be relevant to your season to sign up for the Ironman within the next 3 months. Maybe that's just not relevant to the season you're in. So really, it should be risky and it should be hard, it should be a challenge, but it needs to be relevant to the season of life that you're in. Shalene Johnson, I just saw on her Instagram story recently, talking to parents, she said something about, if you believe that some business opportunity has come along that is so unbelievable that if you don't take it right now, it'll never come along again, but taking it will cause you to feel like you're missing out on your children's childhood, that is a scarcity mentality. So if you have a goal or a dream in your heart, but you just don't feel like it's relevant to the season that you're in right now, that's okay. I would encourage you to just write it down in your 5-year plus, or maybe in your 5-year goals, something that would happen in the next 5 years, or your 5-year plus goal category. Okay, so smarter, that's great. If that's too complicated, just a real simple version, level 1 of this would be set. So it needs to be specific, it needs to be exciting, and it needs to be time bound. And the last thing about writing the goals is at the end of each goal that you write, you want to write or better. Now, I'm a Christian, so I believe in the power of God. And so I believe that when you write that or better at the end, then you are opening the door for supernatural favor to come into your goals. So you're kind of inviting God into your goals. So just that or better, you don't want to ever limit what you and your mind can conceive for your goals, what the Lord might have for you. So, or better. Michael Hyatt also talks about there's 2 different types of goals. So there's a habit goal and an achievement goal. So let me give you an example of both. A habit goal that I have this year is I create memories daily, one-on-one with each of my children, 10 minutes per day at 7:30 p.m. or better. So I spend one-on-one time with them each day starting at 7:30 p.m. An achievement goal, this was an achievement goal from last year that our family had, was that we will eradicate $25,000 of van debt by December 31st, 2018.